It might be hard going through a jungle and discovering ancient artifacts and sites, but doing so on Antarctica can be even more challenging. Antarctica is cold, merciless, and full of mystery. People working on discoveries of Antarctica are usually extremely well equipped and trained to properly survive. Antarctica has always been a whole different part of the world, a part we still did not manage to properly research. People often wonder about all of the secrets hidden under all that ice, and so far we have found various signs of life on Antarctica, as well as other strange things we previously never thought to find there. The research of Antarctica is filled with information that speaks a lot of our history and life there back in the days. Ancient civilizations, forests, artifacts, and mummies, all of these have been found in Antarctica. It might be a lot of ice at the moment, but back in time, Antarctica did not look like this. It is believed it was once full of life, and there are many untold stories about it. The forests of Antarctica. If anyone told you Antarctica used to have all kinds of trees back in the days, would you believe it? Currently, Antarctica looks far away from lively. It is ice, cold, and is a real challenge surviving in the area. In the region of Antarctica's Mount Ashanar, the fossilized impressions of wood and leaves have been found. There are even the stumps of ancient tree trunks that have been uncovered. These are believed to date back to old prehistoric times. It is believed and commonly accepted that during the early Triassic period and late Permian, 250 million years ago, our world was a lot hotter than it is today. A biogeochemist from the University of Southern California, Sarah Feekins, believes that the Antarctic coast was once filled with beaches and conifers. She bases her belief on evidence that had been taken from leaf waxes. The climate was a lot different 15 million years ago. The period of that time is known to be the Miocene period. It is possible that some areas of the Antarctic resemble the forested tundra we can now find in New Zealand and some parts of Chile. Throughout the analysis, the growing pattern of the Antarctic tree samples shows that the habits of growth are associated with evergreen trees. However, the leaf impressions appear to show a matting effect. The research suggested the forest was mixed. It contains both deciduous and evergreen tree populations. This is a huge discovery for our science and ecology. Just imagine how amazing Antarctica really was back in the days. It is hard to believe there were various forests right on the place we now consider to be the coldest on our planet. Currently, the scientists are looking for clues on information about how dense these forests really were compared to the modern-day forest today. Was it Antarctica full of life once? Were the trees formed to look the same as they do now? There are many questions waiting to be answered. Maybe in the near future, we manage to have it all explained. The singing ice in Antarctica. Did you know the Ross Ice Shelf in Antarctica has a voice? There are winds blowing through the chilly snow dunes. These create the waves of various surface vibrations. They produce non-stop seismic sounds and tones, resembling a mournful song. The ice shelf music is played at a frequency that is not audible for our ears, but the researchers managed to eavesdrop by using the seismic sensors. After listening to the recordings they have been gathering for over 2 years, they found out that the ice was always singing at a frequency of 5 Hz. This hum is generated by the regional and local winds. The interesting discovery was also the feature of the song changing in response to events that have been affecting the surface: storms, melting. There were 34 seismic sensors monitoring the behavior of the hum. The topmost snow layer was vibrating all the time from the winds that whipped over its uneven surface. This is how the hum was produced in the first place. Listening to the song of the ice could allow the scientists to track shifts in the surface of the ice. This would help them gain a complete picture of ice shelf stability. Who would have thought Antarctica would actually be able to sing for us? First long-necked dinosaur fossil. On James Ross Island, located in Antarctica, the researchers found a single sauropod vertebra. This reveals that these behemoths once lived on the continent in the Upper Cretaceous period, nearly 100 million years ago. The study researcher Ariana Paulina Carabajal says that sauropods were found everywhere around the globe, but not Antarctica. Luckily, it seems that Antarctica really did have sauropods back in the days. After a long research, this has been proven. This is not the first dinosaur found in Antarctica. There have been other dinosaur specimens, including the duck-billed dinosaurs. The continent itself is not really a great fossil hunting ground as other regions of our world. It is difficult to get to Antarctica and even harder finding fossils there. Antarctica is a huge challenge for our discoveries. It is cold and extremely dangerous. Back in the days when sauropods roamed out our planet, Antarctica was very much connected to Australia and South America. Sauropods could simply walk from one continent to another. The land mass of Antarctica was not even closely south as it is today. The continent was a lot warmer. Paulina Carabajal claims Antarctica was warm enough for animals to live there too. She also says, "It will be interesting, with time and more information, knowing how these dinosaurs spread around our world, using Antarctica as the bridge." No one really knows how sauropods spread across the globe, but with a little bit of more research, we might be getting close to the answers. The lake under Antarctic ice. Lake Vostok is one of the largest subglacial lakes in our world. It is deep, dark, and extremely mysterious. Once, this lake was a large surface lake in East Antarctica. Currently, Lake Vostok is buried under more than 3.7 kilometers of ice, very nearby Russia's Vostok research station. The lake has been covered in ice for millennia. It was cut off from any light and contact with our atmosphere. It is believed Lake Vostok is one of the most extreme environments found on our planet. And this really makes sense, knowing it has been isolated for so long. There is without any doubt a lot of things to find about it and learn. Lake Vostok is one of the largest lakes on the planet Earth, in volume and size. It is a strong rival to the well-known Lake Ontario, located in North America. It is 230 kilometers long, 800 meters deep, and 50 kilometers wide. Back in the 1960s, a Russian geographer and pilot noticed a smooth, large patch of ice above the lake from the air. He decided to take a better look at it. Flying above the patch of ice, he figured out it was something rather unusual. Luckily, airborne radar experiments were done by Russian and British in 1996. Their exploration and experiments confirmed the discovery of this rather unusual lake. The scientists were surprised. No one had expected to find such a large lake in an area like this. In the 1990s, an international team discovered microbes of frozen water collected right above Lake Vostok. The top 1 centimeter of the lake surface actually freezes onto the flowing ice above the lake. The analysis shows that Lake Vostok may have a unique ecosystem. It is based on chemicals found in rocks instead of sunlight, due to living in isolation for hundreds of thousands of years. The final results reveal that the Lake Vostok actually contains a diverse set of microbes, even multicellular organisms. This would mean Lake Vostok is thriving with life. It may even contain some species we have never seen before. Mysterious skulls in Antarctica. Archaeologist Damien Waters and his team found 3 mysterious skulls in Antarctica. These 3 skulls were initially thought to be the first human remains uncovered from Antarctica. Some people believe these skulls do not even belong to the human race. They believed these were the skulls of the extraterrestrials. What makes people believe these skulls are not of human origin? They are elongated. Elongated skulls have been found in Egypt, Peru, and many other areas with ancient history. They are often explained to come from the cranial deformation, while that does not always seem to be the truth. Some conspiracy theorists suggest that the skulls are actually a proof that there was contact between civilizations of Africa, Antarctica, and South America thousands of years ago. The skulls found in Antarctica seem rather different than an average human skull. They are much larger and heavier than normal. Those thinking of cranial deformation, yes, cranial deformation might change the shape of a skull, but it will never be able to increase the volume of it. The whole discovery is, however not very popular after certain people spoke out. Many started to believe Damien Waters and his team were a hoax. The elongated skulls are now pretty much forgotten, and there are not many answers related to them. It is unusually strange that the elongated skulls were found in Antarctica. It is something we can hardly believe, but it is a fact that the climate had changed a lot over 10,000 years, and who knows what Antarctica even looked like at the time. Whether or not these skulls are real, no one really knows. But so far, we have found many things that point out at the fact that Antarctica was once just a normal continent. That was Mysterious Discoveries in Antarctica. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.